Hi and welcome back to our channel. In this video we're going to show you how to initially set up your GEM 1502, 1504, 1506 or 1508 embroidery machine. It'll be normal to find the control panel flipped to the back. You'll also find your thread stand on top of the thread cone base. We'll need to remove the packaging from these so that we can set them to their right position. Next, we're going to use a 5mm hex wrench to remove the 4 screws on the base of the control panel and rotate the control panel to its proper position. We will continue on to installing our thread rack. Included with the machine are 2 thread rack bases. We'll start by taking one base, along with a flat washer and felt that do come included. We'll slide the felt washer, followed by the flat washer, and we will insert it onto the farthest end of the thread cone base. Simply rotate it. Once it's tight, you can take an object such as a hex wrench and insert it in through the hole. Use it as leverage to make it tight. We'll repeat the process with the second one. If you have a 4, 6, or 8 head machine, you may find that you have multiple bases in between 2 far ends of the thread rack. On this 8 head, for example, we can see we have 8 thread stand bases that go along the thread stand. Next, we'll remove the screws on the top end of the thread stand bases. We'll go ahead and set our thread stand. And we will secure it using the screws we previously removed, along with a 4mm hex wrench. You may repeat the same process for all of the thread stand bases. Normally, the Meistergram GEM series bridge machines are pre-threaded before delivery. If your machine is pre-threaded, you can simply tie off a new cone of thread on the back and pull it through. So you can see here we have 15 cone holders for each head. We'll begin by head number 1, and we'll start with placing a cone on the cone holder for needle number 1. If you notice right above the cone, you'll have a label showing you needle number 1. Simply take your thread and thread from back to front through the eyelet, continuing all the way to the front of the machine. Next, we will insert the thread in through the passage of our pre-tension. We will follow it by threading our pre-tensioner. Be aware that you need to place a thread in between the 2 tension discs. If your machine is pre-threaded, simply take the thread tube and snap it into the base of the pre-tensioner. You may now take the 2 threads and tie them off. Finally, locate your thread at the bottom of the needle and gently pull the new thread through the threading system. If the knot that you have made is too large, simply remove the thread from the needle, trim the new thread, and you may now thread the needle. Once you've threaded the needle front to back, you will want to thread through the presser foot, top to bottom. And finally, catch your thread tail on the thread clamp located right below the triangle pointing at our needle selection. You may lift your thread clamp, place the tail inside of the thread clamp, and finish off by snipping the thread tail. We suggest to leave no less than 1 inch of a thread tail for proper use. Remember that each needle case contains 1 tension and 1 thread break wheel. For the yawn needles, you will locate the thread tension on the lower area as well as the thread break wheel. For the even needles, your thread tensioner and your thread break wheel will be on the upper area. Once you have the upper portion of your machine ready, we'll move down to the lower area. We'll need to remove the packaging material from the main boxes. The GEM 1502 can be preset to run off 110 to 120 volts AC or 208 to 230 volts AC. This should be requested before ordering your machine. The GEM 1504, 1506, and 1508 machines run on 208 to 230 volts AC. You may use a step-up transformer if you wish to connect those models to 110 through 120 AC. Also remember that the power for these machines are single phase. Now that you've removed your machine from the crate's base and you've set it in the location where you're going to be using the machine, you want to make sure you take the included hardware and level the machine, pick it up off the wheels so that you have a nice, stable platform to work on. The hardware that comes included with the machine consists of a block, a bolt, and a washer, as well as a rubber pad which is placed underneath the block. Place the block under the machine, then use the bolt and place it through the top, screwing it and pushing up against the block in order to raise the machine off the ground as shown here. Repeat the process for all 4 corners. And using the included level indicators on the side and rear of the machine, make sure that the machine is level.